Barca are back, and I just had to do a preview and review of the upcoming game, guys. It's Mallorca against Barcelona. It's the first game back after such a long time out in La Liga, but Barca now have an away trip to Son Moix in Mallorca, of course. What would normally seem like quite a comfortable clash for outsiders, they'll be saying, yeah, of course, Barcelona are going to batter them. Us Barca fans, and all you guys close to the club or who have been following La Liga, will know that Barca simply must be focused, must be sensible, and get the job done if they want the 3 points here today, because this, with all the circumstances playing around it, could be quite a difficult game, could be quite a difficult 90 minutes and the sort of thing that we could actually end up slipping up on. And it's just a sort of game that Barca need to be calm about, need to do their jobs in, and ultimately get what should be a comfortable 3 points. Don't make these games tricky, guys. Make it a nice, comfortable game. We're a fully fit squad now. We're looking to consolidate top spot. Let's go out there and win this one. Like I just mentioned here, Barca will be looking to consolidate top spot here, and with a victory, we can actually go 5 points clear of Real Madrid, who do play on Sunday, and of course, they're likely to win against Eibar at home, and they'll probably go within 2. But just that idea of going 5 points ahead of Real Madrid, even for like one day, just to keep the pressure up, to make it seem like we are under control, for me, that's a really positive note, and if I'm being honest. And if we look at who we're playing, Mallorca, right down the other end of the table, they're currently 18th, but they are 1 point from safety, so only 1 point behind Celta Vigo, and they did actually end up beating our arch rivals, Real Madrid, 1-0 at this same stadium earlier this season. So they are the sort of team, with all the build-up that's been going on to this game, with, the fact they've got nothing to lose here, they certainly could spring up a surprise. And this is certainly a game that if you're taking lightly as a Barcelona fan, you do need to readjust yourself and be ready for a roller coaster here. So let's get started with this match preview then, guys. Let's start with Mallorca, of course, the home side, and to be honest, it's been one heck of an immense rise back to the Liga for Mallorca. About 3-4 seasons ago, they were in the third tier of Spanish football, but some miraculous results, some unbelievable campaigns have now found them back in La Liga, and to be honest, guys, they could still stay up, and that would be completely remarkable. I think everyone around the world would just have to take their hats off to Mallorca, because that would be incredible. And the truth is that before this break actually came in, Mallorca had lost just one of their last 4 matches in La Liga, so they are a side who can conjure up points, they are a side who will be able to spring a surprise, like we mentioned against Real Madrid earlier this season. And to be honest, given such strange circumstances right now, Barca won't be in fine rhythm, playing-wise anyway, in a high-intensity La Liga game, Mallorca will be thinking, can we snatch something? Can we get a point here? A valuable point that would be. They're expecting nothing from this game, but they'll be hopeful of everything. And honestly, don't write off Mallorca for this game. With all the given circumstances, they'll be up for it. There's no point calling them favourites. Barca are clear favourites and should be winning this game comfortably. But Mallorca, with everything considered, guys, certainly could come up here with a big surprise to Barca. And although having said all of this positive stuff for Mallorca, they actually haven't beaten the Catalan Giants since 2009, so a lot of games have passed since then, of course, over the years, and yeah, it's hard to beat Barca. It is for so many of these low league sides, and unfortunately for Mallorca, it is the same. We'll be hoping that continues on Saturday night. Let's move on to Barcelona then. So much to talk about with this side right now, I feel. We ended up last time out with a really scrappy 1-0 victory against Sociedad. A vital victory though. We won that 1-0 at home, Messi penalty, and then Real Madrid went and lost to Betis the next night. So that got us back top of La Liga. So, what I would say about that is the fact that it was another low and below par performance, really. It was just not good enough from Barcelona. There's little energy, there's little style. Well, there was anyway back in March, guys. And, it was following our Clásico defeat as well. Yes, we've won 5 out of our last 6 league matches if you look at the facts. But if you're watching Barca, you know that we've been struggling big time. And honestly, I think this break is massively useful, Yes, we have some hard games coming up. We've got some really tough ones. You look at Athletic Club, Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, and even Celta Vigo away. We don't like going there at all, guys, basically up to Balaídos. So what I would say is that this break, I think it's beneficial to Barca, and that is because we've had so many players out with injuries. We've had so much time now to get all of those players back. We've had a lot of time now to, refine some tactics, just refresh the players. We have a really old squad right now. I'm hoping that changes in the next few years, but until then, this season, the squad needs to keep going, and I do worry for Barca. Even now, I wouldn't say we're favourites for La Liga, but if we are, sensible, if we go about our jobs quietly, we definitely can win it, guys. There are a good bunch of players. We've got really experienced players in the squad who knows what it takes to win La Liga titles, and that combined with a few other players we have, it is a good chance for us here to win yet another La Liga title, 9 in the last 12 years it would be. How cool does that sound? So that's what we're all hoping for here. I'm not particularly looking forward to some of the big games we've got coming up. I don't think our squad this season is that good, and I just don't think that we as a whole are playing that well, which is why I'm hoping this break is fully recuperated us. Setien now Can we basically see Setien's Barca is what I'm hoping for, guys, basically. The squad back in full, in its peak condition, a lot of training now, all the older players fully rested up. We need to find the right lineup combinations. We need to perform better. The lineups, they have to be rotated carefully, guys, because of course as games they're going to be coming quick and quick and fast here, all over the shop. We play Saturday, then we play Tuesday, then we play Friday. That would never ever happen in a season, guys. So this is going to be something that we've never experienced before. We're going to have to be dominant. We're going to have to be superior. We're going to have to be sweeping aside teams really, really quickly, very efficiently. And what I would say is to use Bayern Munich as a reference. I wanted to include this in the video just because I think Bayern Munich have been so good off the return of football. Yes, they were a better side than us before the break, but the way they've come back, the way they've dealt with it, the way they've gone about their business, comfortably getting games with actually quite minimal rotation. If you look at their lineups, they're still playing the same sort of players, and that's the sort of thing Barca can do, in my opinion. Use the same sort of players, do the trainings nicely, get the 3 points early, and then you can make the changes. And that really is what Barca have to do here. Starting with Mallorca away on Saturday, do not drop points here. Do not drop points here, guys. That would not be on. That would almost kill off our La Liga title hopes. Not entirely, of course. If we won the other 8 games, we'd probably win La Liga. But that would, winning the other 8 is so unlikely, guys. And this really is one of the easiest games we have left. This and Leganés on Tuesday. We have to win those 2 games, honestly, guys. We have to. And if we don't, then we probably don't deserve to be champions as it is. So that's the Barcelona section done, like I said, and I've been ranting there for a bit. So much to get right here for Barca, and such a long rest now, and I'm hoping that we can get things right. But let's move on to team news, guys, and what the 2 sides could be looking like. Leonardo Kutris and Lumor, the left back, are missing for Mallorca. Lumor probably the bigger miss of the 2 there. He was the starting left back, so they might have to reshuffle a bit there. Club legend Salva Sevilla, though, is going to be back fit for this game. Of course, for Barcelona, Dembele is not going to be involved, and we know that. But also Longley is going to be missing this game due to suspension. And actually, Semedo's involvement is really a high risk now. He broke some protocols. He broke isolation rules, meaning his starting spot is very, very unlikely. Let's move on to the lineups, though. There shouldn't be too many surprises here. I've gone with my best bets for both sides. Let's start with Mallorca. Reina in goal. He's been pretty good for them this season, actually. He's kept them in some games. In defence, they're going to be probably going for Gamez, Rayo, Valgent, and Pozo. Pozo he's on loan from Sevilla. He's quite a good player, actually. I think he played for us a few seasons ago at Rayo, if I'm not mistaken. Whether he'll play at left back or not, I'm not sure. I think there could be a different back line than what I've put on the screen for you guys right now, but I can only predict, of course. I think they're going to go with a 4-4-2 just so that they can get their 2 strikers in, who we'll get onto in a minute. But the players across the midfield could include La Masia product, guys. Kubo. He's actually on loan from Real Madrid right now. They stole him from us. They've taken him, and he's now performing really well at Mallorca. Such a great young talent. He'll be partnering up with Baba and Sevilla in midfield, and also Dani Rodriguez. He's definitely going to be involved. One of the stars for Mallorca this season, and of course, a really great player. All you La Liga fans will know about him. And then up front, guys, I'm expecting a really dangerous duo. Probably the bit that worries me about Mallorca is the fact they have got some good players. Kubo, Rodriguez, Hernandez, and Budimir, guys, are 4 players who actually can put the ball in the net, and that's kind of what you're looking for, I think. It sounds simple, but when you play the lower sides, I always think, yeah, they're not going to trouble us because they don't have anyone who can really get the ball in the net. But those 4 players, for me, they can actually do that, and that does worry me a little bit. We will have to be wary of that. We're going to have to defend well and ultimately take possession away from Mallorca, starve them of opportunities, be really professional about this, and just do our business, guys. With Barcelona here coming to Mallorca, don't let them have a sniff. Get in their faces and win these 3 points. But Mallorca, they're going to do everything to stop that from happening. But what I also think is when you're looking at these low sides, we're bigging them up so much. Let's take a look at them. They're 18th in the league, guys. Their defence is not good. If I told like a guy, a normal football fan, a defence of Gamez, Rayo, Valgent, and Pozo, he wouldn't know any of them. I mean, even me, I like to consider myself quite a La Liga expert in terms of knowing almost all the players in the league, but a lot of them I haven't really watched that much. They're not well-known players at all. And for the likes of, Braithwaite, Messi, Suarez, Griezmann, Ansu Fati, you got Vidal coming in, Artemelo, De Jong. Like, Barca, behave yourselves and win this game. You have to take advantage of the defence there. Yes, they're going to be in a unit. Yes, they may be defending with more than 4 players at a time. Most likely 8 or 9 if we're being perfectly honest. But either way, Barca, go in there and deal with it. So yeah, that's the Mallorca lineup, guys. Moving on to the Barca starting lineup now. I think it's actually quite set in stone. There's a few positions that are up for grabs, but let's go through position by position. I'll explain the situation to you guys. So in goal ter Stegen, 100% he's going to be there, the big German wall. Right back, I think Sergio Roberto is going to start. I think Semedo may have been the top-notch right back, but he broke La Liga protocols. he went out and had like a big dinner at a restaurant or something the other day, so his involvement for me looks massively unlikely. Yes, he could start, it's not fully ruled out, but you know, Roberto, if we're going to give a predicted lineup, you would have to put Sergi in there. In the heart of the defence, it's going to be Piqué and Umtiti, I suppose. If Umtiti gets the medical permit, he'll be partnering Piqué. If not, it will be Araujo. Lenglet's out with suspension. At left back, Jordi Alba is certainly expected to start ahead of Junior Firpo. In midfield, De Jong and Busquets will certainly start. But who partners them, guys? Rakitic, we know. Setien has some sort of obsession with, like all the other managers, which is a real pain. Rakitic is the sort of player who these days, if you bring him into a match like this, what I'll actually end up doing is slowing down the pace of the game, and against a locked up Mallorca in odd circumstances with no crowd, we just want a comfortable game, guys. We just want 3 bloody points here, if I'm being honest. And Rakitic is someone who I don't want in there slowing down the game. Arthur Melo I wouldn't mind, but again, I find a midfield of De Jong, Busquets and Arthur Melo at this current point in time, with more training, with more adaptation, that would be my midfield 3 for the next 3-4 years for Barca. But I think right now, Vidal is probably the best bet and probably the most likely to. If I'm being honest, I think that gives us the best balance. Vidal certainly isn't, you know, a typical Barca midfielder, but he is someone who actually gives us something different. And I think if you're just looking at it from a football point of view and not a perfect Barca Pep Guardiola point of view, that's the best midfield 3 we have. It gives us everything. Busquets controls, De Jong can go up and down, he's such a good dribbler and runner and hard worker, and Vidal's similar, but what we have about Vidal is he enters into the box, so that's another body that Mallorca can't mark. And if we're thinking about Mallorca being that low in their block, guys, trying to keep us out, we need extra bodies in that box. We've got Vidal in there, with the likes of Suarez and Griezmann too. That gives Messi options, and that's what we need, guys. We need options for Messi and Busquets to find, and Jordi Alba and Roberto, and players who can unpick defences. We need options in the box, and Vidal massively gives us that. So I love that midfield 3, if I'm being honest, guys. I think whenever we play with it, we perform at our best. We saw it in the Super Cup against Atletico. Some of you guys will be thinking, but you lost that. But if you actually watched the game, guys, that was a perfect midfield 3. We played super well that game, so I would go with that. Up front, I have to give a predicted lineup. Messi, Suarez, Griezmann. For me, I don't know if that works. I think Braithwaite or Ansu Fati could be super useful this game. If we have Messi, Suarez and Griezmann, that immediately clogs up the centre of the field, and that's where Mallorca will feel the strongest. The only way that would work is if Roberto and Alba are really patient, are really, you know, prominent as well down that right hand side and left hand side, getting balls into the box and actually creating width to the side. But again, that leaves you massively unbalanced at the back and in midfield too, so I always prefer the natural width to come from the wingers, and then you can have the fullbacks overlapping or underlapping from that too. So Messi, Suarez, Griezmann, it doesn't give us much unless Griezmann and Messi are prepared to stay wide and then come into their positions more centrally as the game goes on. But I think that someone like Ansu Fati or Braithwaite to stretch Mallorca, to get in behind them, to cause a different threat, would be massively useful in a game like this. And to end the preview, guys, we have to end with a prediction. And I'm going to go with Mallorca 0, Barcelona 2. I think we have to comfortably win this, guys. We really have to. The lineup, like I've just gone through, to me it looks quite bright. We've got players on the bench. Braithwaite for me is the one to look for. And honestly, guys, if Barca want to win La Liga, we have to win this game. The form has to improve as a whole. The players have to play better. But a comfortable away victory here would be a really great start. And if we can get a clean sheet, that would be great. But honestly, the clean sheet is of little worry to me now. We're not going to get the most clean sheets in La Liga, that's for sure. Our defence has been weak all season. It doesn't matter. I want the trophy, guys. I want La Liga, and I want that crown. So that's what we're hoping for here. We want a victory, of course. Prediction, I'm going to go for 2-0. Do not be surprised if Mallorca notch a goal, or, well, God forgive, not 2, because I think I can't see us getting more than 2 goals, unfortunately, unless Barca turn up, guys, and, well, they're a new side, and that's really what I want to see here. I want to see positive signs. Can we actually perform massively? I doubt it, because I got really excited when Setien first came in. I was thinking, oh wow, this is going to be great attacking football, and we got a boring 1-0 win at the Camp Nou against Granada, who had 10 men for 20 minutes, so I wouldn't be expecting anything massive. But really, guys, bring the 3 points home. That's what I said, guys. Keep that pressure on Madrid. We go 5 points clear here, and even if it's just for like 24 hours, that's great. That's pressure. That means you're the leaders in the Liga. That puts it on Real Madrid to slip up, and then we can march on in this league. So that's where this preview is going to come to an end. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I will be getting back to all of you guys in there, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.